I'm going to go over the rear portion of my fuel system, including the fuel cell and fuel cell mount and filler and stuff like that. I'll cover the front end of the fuel system once I get further along on the truck. So here we go. Here's the filler. You've probably seen glimpses of this stuff in my other videos, but there's the filler. It's a marine filler cap, non-vented cap. I recessed it into this bed panel in the bed that I made. I think it looks pretty cool. Used a chunk of, it's about 3/16 aluminum, brushed aluminum there to kind of dress it up, mount everything in. Here's the inside of the bed. I'm going to build yet a shield to block this stuff, so when I'm throwing wood or whatever into the back of the bed, nothing gets damaged. But you can see here I built a small angled neck that actually screws to the floor, so that's good and solid right there. And then a piece of flexible hose goes to the back side of the filler neck. And then you can see the recessed area I built. The red hose that penetrates the bed and comes up here is the fuel cell vent. And I actually took an old inline fuel filter, aluminum fuel filter, and kind of hacked it up, put holes in it to use as the vent, the end of it. Then the gray hose is the rear differential vent. It comes and terminates right there. It's got a 90-degree fitting and then some air filter foam media covering that to keep bugs and crap out of it. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to build some sort of a guard. It's pretty stout. I don't think anything would really ever happen to it, but I could see myself sliding something heavy in there and damaging it. So I'll build a guard for that yet. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see a ground strap. This goes between the tail end of the filler system down to the bed. That covers any grounding issues, static issues. And then on top of the fuel cell, you won't even be able to see it, but I was sure to ground from one thing to the next, just to prevent any static buildup or anything like that. Under here, you can see where the vent hoses penetrate the bed, and then a little guard that I built right here to protect the filler hose, the filler neck, and those vent hoses. Right up in here, you can see up in there is the piece that I welded up, TIG welded, to make that angle penetrate through the bed and then hook to the flexible hose. The flexible hose goes into the top of the fuel cell. It's a regular fuel cell cap, and then once again I built an elbow, TIG welded it into the top of the stock fuel cell cap. It's a 32-gallon poly cell, and basically just built my own filler elbow at the top of it, and then graduated it up to meet the size of the inside diameter of the flexible hose. Works well, no leaks. It's about half full of fuel right now, which I don't know why. Won't need it for a while. You can see the vent, the red vent hose coming up out of the fuel cell right there, and then where the gray differential vent meets it. You can see from the side part of the cage that I built around the fuel cell. It fits in there nice and snug. And then there's some rubber between the actual fuel cell poly and the steel cage around it. So it fits snug so it doesn't wiggle around, and then plus the rubber should never rub a hole in it. And up here I've got my fuel filter mounted. It's a cartridge type with 8AN fittings. Right there's that goes to the fuel pickup on top of the fuel cell, and then this end comes around and goes towards the front of the truck to the fuel pump. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use an electric fuel pump or a mechanical. I always run a fuel pressure regulator. I'm running a 750 Holley double pumper on my 383 stroker that I have yet to freshen up for this truck. In the top of the, let's see if I can get it here, on that fuel filter, I stuffed, they're all Allen head cap screws. I stuffed some vacuum line plugs in there just to keep crap from falling down and corroding and packing that stuff solid for when I need to service it or take it apart or whatever. I may end up building a skid plate to go between the back bumper, sorry about the glare there, to go between the back bumper and this fuel cell cage. That'll definitely keep anything from getting up into the fuel filter. I doubt that it would anyway, but the skid plate would help. I'll move around to the front side of the fuel cell. Alright, this is from the front side. You can see the rest of the cage around the cell. Brake line. There's the sending unit. It's a race car sending unit. I think I got it from Summit. Works with my autometer gauge. And I ran the sending unit wire in some steel conduit all the way up. Right here's it's the stock fuel line. It's spliced into the braided line that comes out of the filter. Here you can see the neck a little better, the filler neck. Hi buddy. And then yeah, the pickup. Here's the elbow, and it goes down to the bottom of the tank. And I take a little screen mesh onto the end of that aluminum elbow there. Or it goes plastic into aluminum. And then just a little safety wire, just in case the stock filler cap were to decide to loosen up by moving counterclockwise. I don't think it would, because I put a tack weld where the cap meets the flange, but that's just in case. You just never know when you're four-wheeling or something. So anyway, runs the stock fuel line up to the front of the truck, and like I said, when I get the front end of the fuel system done, I will cover that. Thanks for watching.